Greetings, true believers. It's your pal Spider-Man coming at you with a little video. I've got my CBL mug, drinking some coffee, trying to warm up. I was just outside with my son. We're shooting some clays. Today, had a couple of requests to go through the mystery box. Initially, didn't want to do this because the box is going to go back out and didn't really want to spoil any surprises. But I thought, what the heck? Let's go through it, just see what's in it. I know some of the stuff I've already decided I'm gonna take. Some of the stuff I still don't know if I wanna take. So that's why I just wanted to get this done so that I can spend some time with some of the stuff, maybe try it out, see if I like it, and if not, I'll put it back in the box. Some of the stuff is just gonna flat out come out of the box and not return. So I'm not gonna really specify too much what's gonna be going back in the box or what's coming out. I'm not going to divulge that because I still want it to be a surprise. I'm sure you're gonna look at some of this and go, wow, that's probably gonna go back in the box, but who knows? I might decide I want to take it. Because I can take it all if I want, because I put all the stuff in there. I'm gonna rebuild a brand new box, so it might be completely different, who knows? Anyways, first up from the box is Spider and Spider, the brothers of the flat, the brothers of the flat Spider. So yes, they made a home, and they're joining back with me. I will say, I thought that was a pretty cool part of the mystery box. I hope everybody had a lot of fun with Flat Spider, and we're gonna do something similar next time, but we're gonna change it up a little bit. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a surprise. I'm not gonna say what it is. The first person that gets box is gonna be the first person that sees it. So it'll be pretty cool. On to the box. So first bag, I've got some aftershaves. I've got a nearly full bottle of Osage rub. Awesome. We've got Canoe. This is Cologne, which is very similar to like a Penod Clubman. And we've got an Avon bottle full of Wild Country. All right. Everybody can always use some more Osage rub, so I don't know, that might be staying. What else? We got a bottle of Pitrolon F. I know there's lots of fans of Pitrolon aftershave out there. What else? We've got some brushes. Now, I will tell you flat out, these are not going back in the box. I put all of these brushes in there with hopes that somebody would take some of them out and do some restorations on them, maybe even just practice with them. Like if you're into restorations, like some of these, granted, some of these were junky, and I fully admit that, but I put them in there mainly because they're just gonna go into the trash if nobody uses them. And if for nothing else, they're good for practicing on. Practice taking a knot out, and if you mung it up, it doesn't matter because it's junk to begin with. And even though I say it's junk, maybe somebody with some skills could actually refurb these and get them good. So that's why I put them in there. I think only a couple of them came out, so I'm not gonna waste this much space when I can put other good stuff back in the box. So these for sure are gonna come out. I may do a piff if anybody is interested in these. If you're interested in any of these brushes, I don't care if you were part of the past box or not. If you're watching this and you're interested in these brushes at all for practice or whatnot, just comment below and I'll do a piff and get rid of these. Because I got a ton of brush handles. I don't need those at all if I want something to practice on. Now, this is something interesting. We've got quite a few straight razors. I know there are several straight razor users on the board that put these in, but it seems to me that nobody really wanted to take a gamble on these. So I know a few of the straight razors came out, but most of them appeared to have stayed in. I know we don't have too many straight razor users or whatnot, but I really like these. These scales are amazing, and I'm gonna keep these for sure, because I have some straight razors that I want to use that need to be rescaled, and these look really cool. So I'm gonna keep those for sure. I'll tell you straight up, I'm probably gonna keep most of these, or at least use them and see if I like them. I know a couple of these are shave ready, so I may give these a go soon, even though I don't really use straight razors that often, just to see if I like them. We might put a few of them back in the box, but I think I might hold on to some of these. And there's a gold dollar in here, which I've kind of been curious to always have a gold dollar, just to give my go at maybe modding one of these things in the future. So we may hold on to that one for that reason. And who knows, it may be 2 years before I actually get around to modding it, but oh well. Let's see what else we got. We got some Must Go Real pre-shave lotion. I do not use pre-shave lotion at all, but somebody might. Okay, so one thing I was really kind of surprised about was the vintage razors. So I made these nice felt cases to kind of keep the razors from clanging and banging against each other and make it easy to pack and unpack. They don't have to be individually wrapped. Maybe not the best thing, but they worked. These are all single edge razors. I don't think anybody kept a single edge razor at all. I did have a suggestion from one member to maybe start a pass for anybody that may want to try single edge razors. So we may do something like that in the future. But I don't think the single edges are gonna go back in the box because I don't think anybody even touched them. Now, one thing I wish would have happened in the, well, I guess that couldn't have happened, my bad. I was just thinking in terms of, hey, you know, it'd be cool to know if people tried stuff, but then people would know it was in there. So I guess that didn't really go with what I was going for with the mystery box. So fleeting thought that was not really that valid. We got some double-edged razors. We got some cartridge razors. We got the Atra. We got a Track 2. We got a old type, and this is a slant. Also got the Bali razor, which I'm keeping this, and I'm keeping it just for the fact that it's a great starter razor, and I like building beginner piffs. And I've been giving out lots of razors and soaps to people at work so they can try it out, and this is a great razor for that. So I know I'm holding on to that one. What else? We got a couple more. We got a Tech and another like old type. So lots of vintage razors that I was kind of surprised not as many people took them, but is what it is. I know a lot of the people who were in the past already have vintage razors, so it probably just wasn't something that was interesting to them. Got a tube of Capo shaving cream, which if you've never used Russian shaving cream, this stuff is some of the best shaving cream there is. Really surprised that nobody took this. I put it in there, so it's probably not going back in since it made the entire trip and nobody wanted it, which is one of the very few pieces of software in the box that nobody was interested in, as far as something that I personally put in and made the entire rounds. There's only a couple of pieces of software. Everything else that I took, gone. What else? Okay, samples. Lots and lots of samples. I started this maybe with a few samples, but not terribly many, but a lot of samples are in here. So I don't know if people were trying these out, maybe scooping a little bit out of the sample and then just passing it along. But samples just seem to accumulate in the box. I'm not a fan of that per se. I mean, I get the point of the samples being in there because one sample can be used by probably 4 or 5 people. So in that regard, it's good to have it be part of a sample pass and give everybody an opportunity. But the problem with it is samples also take up a lot of room once you start getting more than 10 of them. And so for that regard, I kind of don't like samples being in the box, but on the other hand, I kind of do. So I'm torn on that one. I don't know what to do. But maybe we'll refresh some of those. So what do we got here? Some PAA, Phoenix, Will-O-The-Wisp, aftershave and cologne. And there's also a matching soap in here. We've got, what is this? This is the Nixon aftershave from Strike Gold. And there is a matching soap, so I'm not gonna undo this one. So we got the soap and aftershave set for this one. What else? We got some Brute deodorant. We've got a very nice cigar cutter, which I'm surprised that whoever took the cigars didn't take the cigar cutter, because now this is like the lone, smoking device in there. But it is what it is. We got some Schick injector and Ted Pella injector blades, which I think were in there for testing purposes. I don't know if anybody used them. What else? We got a Gillette Tech-Matic in the box. It's kind of a niche thing. They work really, really well. You just got to get the new old stock cartridges for them, but really smooth, really nice shavers. We got a thing of Arco, which everybody needs to try it at least once. So if you have a stick of Arco in a box and you have not used it, take it. Definitely take it. We got some Sudsy Soapery soap. We got some Claw, which I'm amazed this stayed in the box, because this is a very popular scent, a favorite. Honestly, I can't stand it. Ugh. It for some reason when I smell it, it hits my throat, and I don't like it. But that's just because of the sweetness of the honey. For some reason, mixed with the weird tobacco, for me, just a bad scent. But I know a lot of people love this, and I'm amazed that this stayed in the box. We got some Proraso Sensitive. We got some Lisa's Natural. This is amber and tobacco, which is one of my favorite scents, but I already have this one, so I am gonna pass on that for sure. We got Taconic Eucalyptus Mint. Very, very good scent. Don't turn your nose up at these glycerin pucks either. They work really well. I know a lot of people just kind of shun them this day and age with different soaps, different premium soaps. This is a great soap. We got some CBL Breakfast Blend. Really good coffee scent. We got some CBL Ghost Lime. We've got some Aussie Ice shaving soap from Shannon's, which I know Shannon's is pretty popular soap. And this is Smooth Sea shaving cream for men. This actually has a really, really, really strong, like menthol, like Vicks vapor rub kind of smell. That will wake you up for sure. Now onto a box of stuff that I've already determined I'm keeping for myself for sure. Oh, no, this fell in. This was not one of them, but this fell in. Some Cherry City, grapefruit sandalwood. I don't even know if I smelled this one. The grapefruit's not very strong. I would kind of initially be a little bit turned off by the grapefruit, but it's not super strong in this one, so that one's pretty good. And the Soap Commander, this one I put in there, so this is probably only the second piece of software that I put in there that made it the full round, but I put in like 3 of these, and so 2 of them were gone. This is the only one left. This was from a mystery grab bag of random scents. I have no idea what it is. I just put it in there, and it stayed. So I'll pull that out. I'll give it to somebody else. Now what I am taking, some CBL Granite, which is the unscented, but this one has the clay in it to give extra, not moisturizing, but extra like sensitive skin, like healing stuff. CBL Earl Grey. Man, this stuff smells amazing. It doesn't smell like tea. Like, to me, I don't get the Earl Grey tea out of it, but it just smells amazing. It's a little bit citrusy. I don't know if this was sort of like the Russian tea. It's sort of like that, but this smells amazing. I can't believe this stayed in there. Now, this one is the one I was most excited about, and I'm so glad it stayed in there till the very end because I really wanted this one. This is CBL's Hippie. It is Nag Champa and Patchouli, and I love this scent. I've been asking Chris to do an incense sort of scent, something along the same lines as Dragon's Blood. As you know, I love Dragon's Blood, but more incensey, but in the same kind of family, and this is definitely in that same family, and I love this. Like, if he didn't ever make a incense one, I would be happy with this one alone. I hope he still makes one, but this is gonna scratch that itch for me. Excuse me. So we got a couple decks of playing cards. I'm gonna hold onto those. These are Rocky's Most Wanted playing cards. Super cool. I'm gonna use those. And then some bicycle cards with the craft beer. Excuse me. We got a Sam Adams keychain. One sample that I was really excited and really wanted to try out when I saw somebody put it into the box. I was really hoping it would stay in there. And the St. Charles Shave, which is one of my favorites, but the Yuzu. I love the scent of this sample. And the last shaving item that I was really, again, hoping it would stay in there, and it did, is a pretty sure new old stock British Tech. I love the Techs, and this one has the cardboard still in it, cardboard blade, and nice aluminum handle, which I'm a fan of light razors, and so I really like this one. Now I will say I've got 2 razors from the bag that are in my den that I'm currently using, and one is the Razor Rock Baby Smooth, I think. It's a black aluminum double-edged razor, and the other one is the Razor Rock Hawk, aluminum single-edge AC style razor. I'm in love with that Hawk. It's given my Vector a run for the money, and it's a cheap razor, but it's given me better shaves than any of my other SE AC style razors. Better than the Mongoose, better than the General. The jury's still out whether it's better than the Vector, but it's at least on par for me with the Vector, which is amazing because the Hawk is like a $20 or $30 razor, and the Vector is like a $200 razor. But I'm really, really liking the shaves I'm getting from it, and I don't know if it's because it's aluminum or because it's just so light or what, or just the head design. It's a very similar head to the Mongoose. The Mongoose is a beast and it's really heavy, and so maybe it's just less aggressive because of that. But anyways, I'm holding on to this. I'm still testing out the Hawk. I'm definitely keeping the Hawk for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the Baby Smooth or not. It was a little bit, it's supposed to be smooth, but it seemed to have a lot of blade feel, which I don't really like. So that may go back in or something, I don't know. And now I've got a couple of fountain pens and a bottle of fountain pen ink. I inked up one of them. This is a fine nib, and this one is an extra fine. So I tend to not really like super skinny, so I tried the fine first, and to me it's probably right on the edge. So I don't know that I'm gonna keep or use the extra fine because I don't think I want it any skinnier than that. But it's a good tool just to mess around with, and I haven't used a fountain pen in a while, so I wanted to ink this one up, and I've been using it. I tried to use it for my Christmas cards that I sent out, which most of you have gotten. If I had your address, you got a card. I sent it to everybody that I knew on the cadre. And for some reason, the card stock that I got from the cards, it just wouldn't write on it. I don't know why, but I ended up having to go to my standard. ink pen. Now the last thing I have, there were a couple of pocket knives left. There was these two and then one other one that was silver and black. I've been using the silver and black one myself, and I'm gonna keep these to give away to some other people. But I think that is everything that I received in the box. So there's your tour for that. Again, I'm not gonna say what's going back in or what's coming out. I'm still going through some of the software. I pulled out a few things that I'm like, I definitely know I'm keeping that. A lot of this other stuff I want to sample, see if I like it, see if I don't. I guarantee this one's going back in. I'll tell you that right now, just because I don't like it. I already said I didn't like it, but I know a lot of people love this, so this is going back in. Hopefully somebody will get that and love it. But there's the box. I guess I don't really need to post pictures for what I'm keeping, because I already said the few things that I'm probably going to keep, and then the rest of it will just be a surprise for the next box of whether it shows up back in the box or not. Some stuff, depending on what's left of it or how much is there, it may not be something that I keep, but maybe I'll just build it into a PIF that I'm still going to separate from the box, because I've got a lot of stuff already ready to go into box number 2. So I want to get new stuff in there as much as possible, and try to get some other, maybe different categories of stuff into the box and see where we go from there. So it's gonna be a surprise. I think right now everybody that I've talked to is really interested in getting another. My cat is getting into my razors that I have on display, so I'm just trying to see if he's gonna knock anything over. Everybody was interested in kind of starting this pass up again. I kind of wanted to let it have a little bit of time to kind of meld and people to have some time with their stuff before we started it up right again, especially with shipping. Like, I know people don't want to be spending money for shipping back to back to back. So I kind of wanted to give it a little bit of time, but it looks like everybody is really interested in jumping in on this and getting this going again. Again, it takes a few months for it to make the round, so if you were in early, it's probably not a big deal to get right back in it. But mainly for the people who just had it. And again, if we started this up and I've got you towards the beginning of the list and you want to be moved on to towards the end, that's fine. We can rearrange the list however we want. But I'm thinking we're gonna do some signups starting in January, and probably aim to get this back out on the road in February. So be looking for that. If you were not a participant in the first round, feel free to sign up for the second round. There's gonna be very minimal requirements to join the pass. You are gonna have to be a cadre member for maybe a month, and then have a certain amount of posts, just so we can verify that you're not signing up for the cadre just to get in on the pass. We want you to be a part of the community, and that's it. So be looking for the signups in about a month or so. And if you got any ideas, if you were part of the pass, if you saw something in the past that you didn't like and you think it could be done better, feel free, give me some suggestions, and we'll change it up if it makes sense. So I'm KJ, also known as Spida on the forums. We'll see you guys later.